Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the E2G Roundtable. I'll be your host tonight, Buddy Andrade. I'm the founder of E2G Sports and E2Gsports.com. Got a few guests joining me. I'm waiting for Derek to link up here, but he's stirring up. Derek Kramer from WGR in Buffalo. We're going to talk kind of the history of the Pats and the Bills. And I want to hear their side of this because I know this game means a lot to the people of Buffalo. This has been a long time coming that these two teams finally meet in the playoffs after everything that's happened over the last 20 years. And for it to be in Buffalo is, not going to lie, kind of fitting that they get their opportunity to do the cheering, be the loud ones, have the home field advantage, a little bit of everything. So we want to hear from you both. Pats Nation, Bills Mafia, we're sharing out. You can add in the comment section anything you want to say, and we'll talk. But I'm just waiting for, you can see the wheel there spinning for Derek. Probably spinning in his mind, too. Everything he's going to tell me about the last 20 years with the Pats and the Bills. Just a little bit about myself. I usually do this trip every year, and it's always been fun. You can't see or hear anything. Why don't you try reconnecting and coming back and activate your camera and your audio. Little of the technical issues. We'll see what's going on. But for me, I started going to Buffalo in 1997. I've missed a few years in there between then and now. But it's grown to be family. Like the Patriots fans, the Bills fans that we tailgate. We get along, we talk trash, but we have each other's back in the stadium. Like, if a Bills fan steps up to one of our Pats fans, our Bills fans will say something. Like, nope, too many of us, you don't want this. And we just have a lot of fun, and we've turned it from just a tailgate to a full weekend. And with it being a Monday night game this year, that was a little hard. And with it being last-minute playoff, there are plenty of seats left, I saw, online. So we'll see what happens. But your comments, Bills and Pats fans. Since Belichick has been coach, he's had a really good record. Brady only lost 3 games in his time here to the Buffalo Bills. And it was frustrating. There was a lot of games in that span where the Patriots came back. The 2006 opener, the 2009 opener at Foxborough, the Ben Watson game. And then to see the Bills come back in 2011 from 21 down and win for the first time in 8 years against the Patriots. I was in that stadium. That place was rocking. And then the Patriots turned the table at the end of the year. And everybody remembers the 31-0 Lawyer Malloy game 2003. Great history there. Malloy with a couple of sacks, released by the Patriots 4 days earlier. Just all the momentum was on the Bills' side. It was a whirlwind. We were in the stands for that. That was just a beating, and I was there for the last game of the season when it was the Patriots' turn to return the favor. So my guests are having a little bit of difficulty catching up. So any comments, send them on in and join us. Feel free. Any comments on the game, any of the playoffs this weekend, and I'll wait for Derek Kramer and Dave to connect. 2 great members of Bills Mafia who really looking forward to this. I know it means a lot to them. Just talking to them in the last few weeks, it means a lot to them. So I just want to kind of share that passion so the people on this side understand the fabric of what the Bills are in Buffalo. Because what you see is the videos, but you don't see the passion, the people pulling in Friday night to start tailgating for the weekend in their RVs and showering in like a community shower over the course of the weekend across this. Yeah, just a lot. And then you got your Anchor Bar and Duff wings that you go have. And we've just built a lot of family up there. There's some Patriots, some Bills, but damn, we have a good time every year. do we ever have a good time every year. And hopefully Mr. Poyer's watching too. Jordan Poyer's dad has become a friend of ours also. So we, all us Patriots fans, we are big Jordan Poyer fans. We cheer for him every week, and we let Dad know that that's very important to us. So I got Derek up on the screen. Let's see if that works. But any predictions, any thoughts on this game? I'm just going to go beginning. I think the weather is going to be a huge factor in this game. We saw what happened on the Monday night game, but I think this is going to be not as much wind, but slippery and cold. And it may benefit a team that runs the ball a little bit better. Ramondre Stevenson will be back for New England. The Bills have really developed a good running game with Devin Singletary. He's been very good lately. They've been running Josh Allen a lot lately. Josh Allen's the best player on the field Saturday night, no matter what anybody says. No matter what side you're pulling for, he's the best player on the field. He's going to be the most impactful player. And a lot of his skill set is going to be what decides this game. If I'm on the New England side with the offense, I'm attacking anything I can do to get Tremaine Edmonds going side to side, because he's kind of a guy who overruns plays and gets too excited. I just got to send him a message. On the New England side, I'm looking at ways of, making sure I block up the first level and running backs getting good cutbacks at the second level and maybe having him overrun a play. And we saw the Damian Harris touchdown in the first meeting. That was pretty much a Tremaine Edmonds type play. The safeties were a little out of position, but that's Tremaine Edmonds getting a little happy, trying to get out there. So that's something I'm attacking if I'm New England. And maybe I do try to let Mac throw early on. And, without Tre'Davious White, they've done a really good job of covering things up. They still got those two great safeties in Hyde and Poyer. You got to take a chance and see if the corners who are replacing Dane Jackson and that crew can cover the guys outside. Take a chance with Jacoby Myers, maybe downfield on a double move. Nelson Aguilar is going to be more available. He hasn't filled that, and now the name's escaping me. The kid Brandon LaFell role that I kind of saw him coming into the season with. Bourne's been an absolute find, and it's been fun watching him play this year. But the offensive line, maybe crowd noise. You got to block up early. Try to take the crowd out of the game a little early. With it being cold, you're either going to get a boisterous crowd or a crowd that's sitting on its hands. You get one or the other in the cold weather like that. And we've experienced it before. I remember the Tennessee game in 2003. Fans were loud early on, but in reality, most of the game you were just doing everything you could to make sure you didn't freeze to death. So they're going to be in kind of a similar situation this week. Let me see if I can bring them up. So hopefully we can bring up Derek Kramer. And on the Buffalo side, just continue running the way they have with Devin Singletary. They found something that works. With Singletary, he's running, falling forward, getting those positive yards that he wasn't early on in the season. It's good that they put the ball in his hand. And, Matt Breida seemed to be the flavor of the week for a little while, but Singletary's the guy in that backfield. Zach Moss is a big body, can run. Tyrone Jones is more of a special teams type guy, but he's a threat because I can remember him in his Raiders day. That's a fast guy who is a gunner on special teams, so he plays with great speed on the field. I'm looking to see the matchup. If Jalen Mills is not in the game, I got to see who that corner is who's going to be covering either Davis or Emmanuel Sanders on the outside opposite of Diggs, because it could be Juwan Williams, which would be tragic. Cravon LeBlanc, who they just brought in, could be brought up. They probably keep Miles Bryant, in that role in the slot, and he was better against Cole Beasley than he was Isaiah McKenzie. We know that for sure. And I want to see the role that Isaiah McKenzie has in this game, because he has speed, ability to go across the field, and can put his foot in the ground and really advance it. No audio coming. Okay. So he becomes a dangerous player, but Gabriel Davis is the guy, I think, in the future who is really the guy who's opposite Stephon Diggs in the future and is a real threat. And he's a guy who can beat single teams because of, his length and his ability to run those tough interior routes and make the catch and get you those first downs. So keep an eye on Gabriel Davis too. Dawson Knox had some drops in the Monday night game, but he was much better in the second game between the two teams. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see if Kyle Duggar's back. But if I'm the Patriots running a defense, I'm running a 4-7 defense. I got 3 safeties on the field, 2 of them in the box. That's Duggar and Phillips. 4 pass rushers, with one of them being Hightower on the outside, Judon, Van Noy, and a bigger guy like Barmore if he's healthy. Spell in Uche every now and then and try to cover it up. Let JC see what he can do on Stephon Diggs. 1-0 Bruins. And go from there. Oh, I got a little something. I got a little glimpse of something from Derek, so we'll see what's up. No. Any comments? Any questions? Bills, Patriots? We're here for you. There's a lot of hate up there. And you hear it in the sports talk radio and the fans' voices, and you see it when New England comes to town. They'll be respectful to you outside in the city and stuff like that. You'll make friends with people, but you get in that stadium, they're intense, and, it's the giant they've been trying to slay for years. And I said it the other day on Denver Sports Radio. Saturday night is either 2003 ALCS Game 7 or 2004 ALCS Game 7, and we see what happens. That's what I'm comparing it to. And that's what they think it is up there, where I have Bills fans who say we are the Yankees to them being the Red Sox. So is it Aaron Boone hitting the home run and breaking their heart again in the playoff game? Or is it coming back like they did from 2 games down in the division, winning the division, hosting the game, and knocking the Patriots out of the playoffs? I know there's a lot of concern with people here about Mac Jones. The consistency hasn't been there. There hasn't been hot starts. There was against Jacksonville, but those other 3 games, it was a combined 57-7 they were down. They're not coming out and running plays. McDaniel needs to come out with 5 plays early on that are going to make a difference. And if that's pounding the football, then pound it with Jakob and the 2 tight ends and Ueno in there and do what you did the first game. But you have to have something that pulls guys out of the box and gives you an opportunity to run. On the other side, the Patriots have to be careful that they spy Josh Allen. He can fake. He can keep on a quarterback keeper, roll out, get outside left tackle where Deion Dawkins is, and make moves because he's agile and finish the run pretty well because he's physical. He's not a guy you see slide a lot. He's taken on people with that great size that he shows. So we'll see there. And getting Stephon Diggs involved right away, whether it is a wide receiver screen just to start off or an out pattern or maybe a deep shot just to loosen things up early to see, especially if Mills isn't playing this week because of the COVID situation. who the guy on the other side will be, and test J.C. Jackson to see where he's at, because he's going to have a lot on his plate if Jalen Mills isn't there. Jalen Mills isn't a world beater, but he's serviceable, and he's a guy who plays pretty well in the system, and he'll have his penalties and his failures, but he's a guy you got to look at as a veteran with consistency, knowing the system, and he's better than what's behind him on the depth chart. That's for sure. So be alert of that. Am I going to Buffalo? No, I am not. No, I looked, and tickets are like $28 right now. And no, I'll be in the warmth of the home. Maybe 10 years ago, I would have gone, but way too cold. Way too cold. Long ride, everything. And I like to watch all the games, so I really don't want to miss that Cincinnati game at 4:30. I think you're getting closer, Derek, because it's only saying your volume isn't there. Stark making his appearance on the show. So you listen to the E2G Sports Network. I'm a founder, Buddy Andrade. Trying to link up here with Derek Kramer from WGR 550 in Buffalo. Trying to get this straightened away on StreamYard. That's the great Stark, my dog. Over here all excited. He'll be cuddling with me watching the games. It's what we do every week. We do cheese and crackers in the second quarter. So he'll be all excited for that. And I throw it like a football, the crackers, and he chows them up. So we'll have a lot of fun doing that. Anybody who has any questions on there. Thoughts on the game? Is the spread too close? Is there a player you're looking at who is going to be key in this game? Like, the Bills need this guy to play well to win. The Patriots need this guy to play well to win. And I don't mean just the simple guys, because we get into the playoffs in the bigger games, and it's the guys on the roster further down who end up making the big plays. And the Bills fans can tell you last year, Taron Johnson, 100-yard interception return. Wasn't Tre'Davious White, wasn't one of the safeties. It was, their slot corner. Made a big play. Got them to the AFC Championship game against Cleveland. Who's that surprising star? And I'm getting some private messages too. Okay. So the Bruins are up 2-0 and Pasternak has 2. So we're going to go with back-to-back nights of hat tricks, hopefully, here. So it's having a tough time connecting. Kinks need to be worked out, so I'll run with you for a few more minutes. And if we can't lock up, we'll try to do it before the weekend. Derek's great source of info on Buffalo sports, period, and the Buffalo Bills. So always follow him, WGR 550. Sal Capaccio, who does their Bills stuff, is great. They got a good morning show, afternoon show at WGR. So maybe tomorrow, instead of listening to the local guys talk here, really listen to the passion of what's going on up there. Just to give you some E2G shows coming up. Tomorrow night on Blog Talk Radio will be Old School with Chips, Joe, and Crow. They'll take you in the classroom, get you ready for this weekend's games and everything else sports. Tomorrow at 9:30 a.m., I will be on again with the Random Roundtable. My special guest will be Matt Chatham, three-time Super Bowl champions with the Patriots. We'll be on at 9:30 tomorrow morning, previewing this game and other playoff games, and just getting his perspective as a player, maybe some of the extras they put into a week for the playoffs, and just kind of taking you behind the walls, letting you know what happens, what guys have to put in, what they have to sacrifice to go out there and win a playoff game and put themselves in championship position. So should be an interesting conversation. 11 o'clock Saturday morning, it'll be myself and MJ Elvira. We're going to do a playoff preview show. So we will talk the Saturday games. Oh, I'm being asked who I'm picking to win Saturday night. I'll give that a few minutes, Sarah. Come up with more questions, but I was going to wait until I talked to Derek or Dave calling in here. Just we're having technical difficulties. Because I'm kind of swaying right now as far as who I'm picking Saturday night. I still haven't fully committed. And I kind of had a conversation with somebody the other day who asked me, do you think it's definite that they lose? I said, nothing in this season is definite. And the great equalizer, I hate to say it, is COVID. Because if the wrong players come down with COVID, like 4 or 5 of them, it changes everything. And that's every team, all 6 games this week. Fully healthy, 2 teams on the field, the way they're playing, I got the Bills winning by 10. And I remember I picked Alabama by 10 the other night. So let's hopefully I'm on a losing streak of picking teams by 10. But as of right now, I have the Bills by 10. Patriots are going to play pretty well early on, but Josh Allen's going to do something spectacular to put it away. But nope, with the great equalizer, who knows? Seriously, Cincinnati could show up at their stadium Saturday and you don't have Burrow, you don't have Chase, you don't have Mixon, and you don't have Logan Wilson. There you go. You're done. Season's over. Brandon Allen's the quarterback in a playoff game. So that's the great equalizer. That's why I don't understand why people are going in to Vegas right now and putting money on these games. Because it is the great equalizer. It truly, truly is. If anybody else has got any more questions. To anybody going to the game, like last minute deciding, like, because I've seen a lot of that and I've had people ask me questions. Millennium Hotel in Buffalo would be where I'd look to stay. Get a courtyard room, you get a pool. I'd get to the tailgate probably 2 or 3 o'clock because it's gonna be packed. Our normal lot is 5930 Big Tree Road. That's 5930 Big Tree Road. That's normally the lot we play in. Play, eat, drink, get kicked out of cornhole games, but that's me. That's how I roll. Good place to tailgate. I'd probably try getting in the stadium by 7:15, 8 o'clock. 7:15, 7:30. Give yourself an hour because they will be checking all the vaccination cards and IDs. And we went to the Bruins game last night, and they were pretty good at it. Some of us weren't prepared, so we looked bad with our phones. But, yeah, to have all these things in your hand, just, try to be minimal. Bring a phone, a wallet, your vaccination card, and get yourself in the stadium and get yourself comfortable seated because it's a playoff game. You don't want to be outside in the parking lot till, the 7-minute mark of the first quarter because you're fumbling around with everything. So that's just another thing to keep in mind. Usually after the game, you got to hang like an hour and a half. It's kind of like Foxborough in a way. There's only a few ways out. It's in the middle of a smaller town. There's a college across the street, Erie County Community College that's across the street. You really have 2 exits that you can get off and side roads to get over. If you're going from the Millennium to there, GPS it and see if it'll take you through the side roads on the way back. That could be key. The tailgate scene is unbelievable. You're going to see a lot of crazy things. They're going to be in a mood, so be prepared. I'm warning you. You go up there, there's a different element. We've never been the road team there in a playoff game. So they're going to be partying. They're going to be drinking. You're going to be drinking. Don't get yourself into a fight before the game and miss everything that you wanted to see. And just the last things, if you're cooking up there is a Walmart up the street from the stadium that has everything in it. If you need a small grill just for the day, you can go there, get the grill, leave it there, donate it, get your food there. They do sell it, unlike here. You can buy beer inside a Walmart, so you can get your drinks. You got to get alcohol at a liquor store, but you can get your beer inside a stadium, inside a Walmart. It's totally different. Now we started doing this, but this is like they've been doing this since Jesus was an altar boy. So nobody else has any questions. I'm going to wrap up. I'm sorry we couldn't bring you Derek and Dave tonight. Some difficulties hooking up. I got to work on this for tomorrow because I do not want to have problems with Matt Chatham in the morning. Good interview for us here at E2G Sports. And just stay programmed. Definitely best way to get all the info because our social media maven Sarah is a legend and keeps everything rocking. E2G Sports LLC and E2GSports.com fans. Okay, it's E2G Sports LLC and Sport Network fans. That's the best page to see us on and get everything. That's where we're trying to feed everybody, get everybody there. And you can watch everything on YouTube. We're going to link up LinkedIn and Instagram very soon. Derek's trying to kick back in. I'd love to talk with him. Such a good guy, even if he is a Bills fan. I love the effort. So we'll see if he pops on. So a rundown of everything. And if you're driving from here out to the game tomorrow or even Saturday, the place I'm watching out for troopers is after you get through Albany, on the other side of Albany, it becomes a 3-lane highway. They'll sit under an overpass where that third lane is before it cuts down to the second lane. That's a place people try to pick up speed, and they know it. Utica's a tough area that they try to pull over. And my secret to driving out there, even though I did get a ticket in 2016, me and Dad going out there to pick up his car, is I just keep a look forward to the median to see if I see headlights or lights or a fender or something that shouldn't be there. And I look behind me and just make sure cars aren't moving over like left to right, like people are driving in the left lane. That way I know they're not being followed upon. So Utica, and then when you get beyond Syracuse, beyond Weedsport, you get to the National Park area, Cuyahoga National area, you can make up some time there because there's no real median and nowhere to hide. So just a little secret from your Uncle Buddy to get up there quicker. And just follow Route 90 and get up 55, 56. And I prefer the Route 20 exit, which is the second exit, not the 179 mile strip road. I don't like that exit. So just a little bit of everything to get you ready for the game. All right, I'm going to give Derek a few more minutes here because he's trying his ass off. And if any of you have any more questions, go with him. And the Bruins are up 2-0 with 8 minutes left in the first quarter. First period. Quarter. Yeah, I'm a sports guy, huh? Kind of similar to last night. Pasternak had the first 2 goals. Like Marchand had the first 2 goals last night and got the Hattie. So he's not going to be joining us. So we're going to wrap it up here in a half hour. Hopefully we get a lot of good info to you. If you're looking for ticket sources, Ticketmaster does have them. StubHub has some of the club seat levels. Vivid Seats is really good too, because you can really narrow down your search. So between those 3 sites, you should be able to find something as far as a ticket and get in. But remember, you got to be vaccinated or you're not allowed in unless you're Cole Beasley. So we'll see what happens. All right, Pats fans, Bill Mafia, thank you for joining us tonight. Best of luck. We're 48 hours and 45 minutes from kickoff. See how cold it is and how the game goes. Take care, everybody. Thank you for joining E2G Sports. Our next program is tomorrow. Myself again, the Random Roundtable, 9:30 a.m. with three-time Super Bowl champion Matt Chatham. And we'll talk some football. And 10 o'clock, First Formation, our weekly show, 10 to 12. Trey Bishop will be here and get you ready for the NFL playoffs and everything else sports. And if you haven't watched First Formation yet, learn to fall in. These guys are talented. They know what they're doing. They do a great job for us. All right, everybody, have a great day. Remember, like the pages, subscribe. If I can find the banner. I feel so bad. He's trying to connect again. I'm like killing time just to make sure. As you can see at the bottom there, E2G Sports Programming. And our Sean Thornton event, still tickets available. Scotty's Pub, Friday, February 25th, 6 o'clock. $60. Food, Q&A, signing, pictures, cash bar. You can't go wrong. And there are going to be some special guests there. We're going to have a really good time that night. We've put together a pretty good night. So just where to catch us, and you think you got what it takes, always accepting applications, all levels. And I'm brag, but we're the number one sports podcast company and website based in Southern New England. Nobody else like us, trying to bring pride to the South Coast and do things in the right way. All right. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a good night. And we'll see you tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. The Unsung Sports Grid. Have a good night.